It's easy to understand how Darren Pittman won this recent World of Outlaws sprint car race at Williams Grove Speedway. He started from the pole position in the feature race, led all 25 laps, and was the first to reach the checkered flag. But how did he come to start first in that feature race, known as the A main? For that matter, how was the entire 28-car A main lineup determined? That's a little more complicated. Let's back up, all the way to the beginning of the night, to break down the complex formula used to set a typical World of Outlaws starting lineup. First, each of the 40-plus cars takes time trials. One car qualifies at a time, 2 laps per car. Count the better of the 2 laps. Now it's time for the heat races, 4 of them. But who's in each heat race? Line up all cars in order of their qualifying times from fastest to slowest. Put the fastest car in Heat 1, the second fastest in Heat 2, third in Heat 3, fourth in Heat 4. Fifth fastest goes back to Heat 1, sixth in Heat 2, and so on, all the way through the field. Then a twist. In each of the 4 heats, take the top 4 cars and invert them, so the fastest car starts 4th, and the 4th fastest car starts 1st. Now it's time to race. Run those 4 heat races, 8 laps apiece. The top 5 finishers in each heat automatically qualify for the A main. Take the rest of the cars and divide them up between the B main and the C main based on their qualifying times. The slowest of the cars head to the C main, a 10-lap affair in which the top 2 finishers advance to start last in the B main. The B main, a 12-lap race also called the Last Chance Showdown, will send its top 4 finishers into the A main. 20 cars from the heats plus 4 from the B main. That's 24 cars in the A main. But how do they line up to start it? That's where the dash comes in. Take the 4 heat race winners, and then the top 4 time trials cars that advanced from their heats, and line up all 8 of them by order of time trials times. Now another twist. Pull a number randomly out of a can, either a 0, 4, 6, or 8. Invert that number of drivers. That sets the starting lineup for the dash, a 6-lap race. The finishing order in the dash determines the starting order for the first 8 positions in the A main. Win the dash, start on the pole. Behind them, starting positions 9 through 24 are determined by the time trials times of the other 16 cars that qualified for the A main. Finally, look at the current season point standings for the World of Outlaws. Take the top 2 cars from the list that didn't qualify for the A main and offer them the opportunity to join in. If there are 2 and they accept, then take the local track's point standings and do the same for 2 local cars. These are called provisional starters. Add those 4 cars to the rear of the field, and that's how you line up the 28 cars to be turned loose in a typical World of Outlaws A main feature race, to battle for the checkered flag at speeds topping 120 miles an hour at legendary local tracks such as Lincoln and Williams Grove Speedways.